Alright guys, I'm here back with more Yakuza 0, continuing on to next morning. Since the last time I recorded Yakuza, we're continuing on. So yeah, we're at the beginning of chapter 2. Something that's annoying that I realized, I need to find out how to save. How the fuck do you save? I only see load. Like, where do you save at? Because something I just noticed is that when turning back the game back on, I can only load, like, there's no autosave in this game. So it's like, I mean, I got lucky that I ended the last episode at the end of the chapter, but it's like, where the fuck do I save at? Can you not do a manual save? Can you only save at the end of a chapter? That's really fucking dumb, if that's the case. Whatever, I guess. So yeah, we're going, listening to the RGP live feed update. So I guess we're gonna have to play to the end of chapters here. Yeah, I'm getting a late start to recording here, like it's 11:18 right now. And yeah, I'm probably not gonna have much time to record this tomorrow, because I'm gonna record my Brotherhood video, plus also I got some errands to run, so I'm pretty sure by the time all that's done, it's like gonna be late enough to the point where I don't feel like recording. Well, we'll see.
Hit the iceberg last year in season 21, and now we're just finding out it's been. I think she played it right when finding out about all this information, and I think she handled herself well. I think she took a deep breath, put out her inner Danielle Reyes, came out for just a second. Most of the season it hasn't been out there. Most of the time she's just been missed. I think, but finally she's starting to like get it and know what's going on, and I think part of these conversations were part of that.
Yeah, you know, I came into the season
Did you just save at the phone booth? Okay, well that's annoying. Yeah, why? So within the entire Yakuza series, only Yakuza 6 and Kiwami 2 have autosave.
What now we know is like her best. I really think she did like.
Or at least we know.
Yes. I'm on the same boat. I was so excited about Devon this season, and like she's done the challenge, like I think she's come back ready and strong, and it's just like Devon made like a big deal for players this season. Like I think basically she did a better job than Devon, but.
Is that what those S's stand for? I just want to see. Okay, yeah, it looks like it, right? Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. So at least I know that now.
committing fully to the Cody side, and that has
Oh yeah, that's something I forgot. I was gonna buy my supplies too. Oh my god.
As Jenna Lewis said in Survivor Borneo, it's a little too late. I think that they're just figuring it out a bit too late. I really think Kayvon is going to greatly regret her move last week and decided to go down to Anthony, and I think she's going to regret that very soon.
I think she already does to a degree.
But I mean, physically, when she's on the block,
Yeah.
being backdoored and going home soon, potentially. And I hope that's not the case. But with the way the season's going right now, I'm really hoping it doesn't happen. But it might happen.
I do work later today. Work at 3. Gamescom is also today. The plan is to watch it, but I might not be able to watch all of it because of work. We'll see. I mean, obviously I'll watch it during my break or whatever. Comes down to it. Yeah. Can I buy shit from stores yet? Oh yeah, okay. There we go. It's so weird how like this game fucking has a tutorial for like everything but buying supplies. Oh, do I have no money now though? Oh no, I do. Okay.
I feel like if she said shocker, it's like, that's like, it's ruining it. This Danny can't say shocker because then shocker will be ruined.
This Danny has been possessed by Nicole Franzel before the game started and has become like some sort of like fembot version of the Danny that we love. Like, where is that Danny? This is not the same Danny. This is like a possessed exorcism. I think her husband's gonna spin. Is she gonna be green slime? Like, who is this person?
I mean, am I crazy? Is Danny even worse than Nicole this season?
100 billion%.
Okay.
What is going on with her? Like, her only strategy was just to target Janelle, which Janelle was a number for her. Janelle would have never targeted Danny. She's making some really sloppy moves, and I think it's gonna come back to bite her very soon. I'm excited.
What is this guy?
And not seeing her. I wanted to happen.
And, I mean, Danny could end up on the block next to Nicole if this is if Kaser wins the HOH. I mean, those are his marching orders. Unfortunately, it is looking like it's going to be endurance, and I just don't see any scenario where Kaser wins any endurance, whether it's a wall or swingy things or wires or, slip and slides. Like, I don't think Kaser wins any of them.
Has Bailey ever been in endurance comp? Oh fuck. If I think about it, I don't think she has. Oh no, she was on the wall, wasn't she? She didn't win. I forgot about that, yeah. I mean, Sam won. She made it far though. I think she was like top 4 or so, right? And Danny goes home, but yeah.
Give us a pressure cooker for the endurance competition.
Yes! Can we just go, like, be on, like, a Zoom call getting drunk, like he was the first time? Like, that pressure cooker is one of the best challenges ever. Ever.
I was getting bad flashbacks when Puya suggested this last week, but you know what? I'm okay with it. It's the only thing Kaser might have a chance of winning.
You know what? They're gonna, hopefully production floors, come on, listen to us, give us a pressure cooker, like, just enhance it or something. Just even if Janelle gets evicted, like, have her come back so she can win her Netflix screen, and Bo can get his bar stool and get he wants to get live on television.
Unfortunately, there's zero chance of the pressure cooker happening because guess what, guys? It's not physical enough. All
This
right.
isn't old school anymore.
Yeah. Pressure cooker's too boring, guys. So Tyler and Cody kind of reconvene after being questioned by Day. David is dead to them. Dead to them. They cannot believe that David did this. And Cody also says, like, did you notice Day went to you and then came right to me? Like, she knew what she was doing. She did not trust us. She was trying to question us and make sure that we could not coordinate our stories.
Oh, okay.
They are just ready to be done with it. They're done. Davon is just, you know what? Door closed. On to the next one. Like, we're done here. Get him out of here. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, Taryn. I'm kind of secretly, I'm very delusional with this upcoming eviction. I'm just hoping David just gets up and is like, I can't do this, and just walks out the door instead of the eviction happening. That's what I'm banking on. Is him like, oh, well, okay, bye guys, peace. Just walking out.
Yeah. So Davon and Kevin talk. She's very frustrated with David because he's obviously a liar. She's also mad at Bailey. Why is she mad at Bailey, you ask? Well, she's still upset about Bailey telling Cody about the David Showmance thing. And she, I think she's later going to question Bailey about, like, how much did you know about this David stuff beforehand? How much did you know about all these other things? And she's still going to be questioning Bailey later in the night.
This showman, let me tell you, this is just like the preschool showman that just like, isn't happening, but it's almost like being forced, or Davon feels like she needs to do a showmance with David, but David is just the most bland person on the planet. He's literally just like a teddy bear that, or not a teddy bear, but like, that's just the opposite. Teddy bears are great, but whatever. He just sits there like this and doesn't talk. That can't be a showmance. That can be a one-man. That can be a Davon in a showmance with herself. That could work.
Yeah, I mean, it's very funny to me that it was like 5 days ago that Day was like, oh yeah, he's kind of cute. And now she's like, this guy needs to go.
It's just like, what is that? What's that show? Is it, where they were getting engaged? It was on Netflix, or where they had to get engaged in like 24 hours.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't
That
remember
show. It's just like that. She's like, okay, let's do this. Let's just do a show, man. I don't really know you that well. And then he's like, okay. And she's like, never mind, bye, peace.
Yeah. So Bailey and Tyler are gonna talk. He explains the whole situation to her. He says to Bailey, like, I don't mean for this to be like offensive in any way, but like this is what happened to you guys last season, the one we were played. Like this is what happened in your alliances. We would throw out nonsense, and then you guys would like go at each other, and you were just sitting ducks. And she's like, no, you're right. That's exactly what happened. And so he mentions that he's worried. Like is Day gonna come for me now? Like, I don't want Day to come for me. I don't want that to be a thing. I don't want Cody to feel nervous about Day and feel like he has to come for her. And Bailey says, no, don't worry. Even if she doesn't trust you, I can help you out with her. I can try and calm her down. Which I appreciated from Bailey. I thought she did a pretty good job here. But we are going to see from Tyler later in the day that despite it all, he still feels like there's not enough trust there with Davon for him to stick his neck out to protect her at the very least. He's not actively targeting her, but he is not going to. The day right before all of this happened, he was starting to be like, let's hold off on Davon, let's focus on Kaser. Now that this has happened, he's more like, alright, well, if you are going after Davon, you gotta put up Bailey next to her because I can get in trouble.
Yeah, Tyler would let Davon go at this point, but you never know what will happen later down the line. I think Davon is taking strides that are starting to kind of pick up the pieces from the ashes a little bit. So it just depends who wins HOH this week, what happens in the future. I think Bailey's playing a great game, honestly. I think Bailey has a good shot. There's only 2 girls that I think are playing against right now. It's Chrissy and Bailey. That's it right now. And I think Bailey is working her way well. And I think we're going to see her survive this game. I think she's going to do good. I think she's playing it well. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think Bailey's biggest mistake, the things dragging Bailey down right now
Devon.
are unfortunately Devon. 2 is unfortunately she is vastly underestimating the pettiness of Nicole,
And Danny, you know.
and the effectiveness of Nicole, because she pissed Nicole off. She did not try very hard to fix it, and now it's like a sickness. It's spreading. Nicole has spread it to Ian. Now Ian wants Bailey out. She spread it to Christmas. Now Christmas wants Bailey out. Like, it spreads. She's trying to get it to Danny too. Danny's still focused on Day, but Nicole's been working hard to get Bailey on her mind. So you gotta watch out for Nicole. She's sneaky.
Nicole is a really good player. She really is. She does deserve to be there. As much as a lot of fans are not, well, there really aren't that many fans of Nicole's, but there are a few, I think. I mean, I do live in Michigan. She does live, like, I think her and Victor, live like 2 hours from me. So, hey, I'm going to head up to Ugly, Michigan.
Don't say anything bad about her here.
And Victor is a cop in the area, so I hope I don't get pulled over by Victor, because we're going to have a conversation, people. Let's go.
Victor, that Josh guy, he's really mean.
He's horrible. I mean, I would
Can you tell
probably
your friends to, like, do something about it?
I would probably talk to Victor and the Nicole boys. I'd be, so Victor, I'm a fan of yours and Nicole's, but not really. But can I get invited to your wedding since you canceled Janelle's invitation, please?
I don't think there's any other stores that we can
I feel like
enter.
he might crash your wedding.
That's funny. No, but, I don't want to give her the credit, but I have to. She's playing a great game. She knows how to play the game Big Brother. She doesn't care if it's one thing. I don't know. She totally does. She's gonna get out of here. She's gonna be like, she's gonna need to really, really get there for the crowd here.
I think she's used to it.
She probably is. But she's playing good. She's playing well, and I think she could do very well too. She has people on her side. Like, people want to target Nicole, but she has too many numbers of people who really want to keep her. So, like, if you put Danny and Nicole up, I think Danny would go over.
Yeah.
I think it's very possible, yeah. So that's going on. Tyler's going to talk with Danny. They talk about how Janelle is still leaving, and this is a conversation where Danny still says she wants Kaser out first, because this duo thing, if Janelle comes back, she doesn't want them reuniting. But she's also still very set on Day going soon as well. And like I said, Tyler is no longer really, I mean, you can see him kind of like a little bit throwing out these lines of like providing opportunities for Danny to come up with other targets, other people, but she doesn't bite and he doesn't try very hard. And when it's clear that she wants to target Day and that this is a thing that's happening, he shifts into, okay, if this is happening, then she needs to be on the block next to Bailey, because if you want Day to go, she can't be on the block next to anybody not in the Slick Six, or they will expect our votes, and Bailey will be pissed off when we vote out Day. So Bailey would need to be on the block next to Day, and then we would be like, reluctantly, we have to vote out Davon and keep Bailey. That's the only way that we can do this and make it work.
Yeah, that is the only way for them to do it. So if you don't put both of them off, the other one could veto the other one, and neither of them are going home. So that's what they have to do. Unfortunately, it's not what I want them to do, but
Yeah. Danny is going to talk with Devon, where Devon mentions, like, she came into the game expecting to be gunning for Nicole, but she then got in here and she was like, you know what, like, I have a good relationship with her, like, I don't feel that way. Later in the night, Devon's going to say, look, you guys can go after Nicole if you want, I can't touch her. I can't go after Nicole at all, which, again, just kind of speaks to the effectiveness of Nicole's game. She's gunning for Bailey, and Bailey's, partner in crime is not even willing to touch her.
Yeah, and, Nicole's doing the same thing. I've heard Nicole on the feed be like, I can't go after Devon either. I can't do it. I have to stay true to it. I'm going to feel like it's a personal thing. And she knows if she sees Devon will get because Nicole did it to her in 18. So it's mutual. I think they have like a mutual respect for each other. They're not alliance, I don't think. But I think it's more of just out of respect. They're staying true to each other right now, the way that they can.
Yes. So Christmas is going to talk with Tyler. She talks to Nicole a little bit before this. Nicole is continuing to try to convince Christmas that Bailey is the person that should go instead of Devon, and she's making a lot of progress. So Christmas talks to Tyler and says again, one of Bay or Day needs to go. That's what she wants to do. She wants to she wants to get rid of them. Tyler's like, okay, well, he talks about the importance of putting them both up on the block together. He can't explain it in the same way to Christmas that he does to Danny, because he doesn't tell Christmas that the Slick Six exists. But he basically says, it's better for you, because if you only put one of them on the block, you're still pissing the other one off anyway, so you might as well put them both on the block to make sure that one of them goes home and that you've only pissed off those two people instead of pissing off a third or a fourth person by putting extra people on the block. The argument makes sense to Christmas, and so she is now dead set on Bay and Day on the block together. Tyler does mention that he would want Bailey to stay if the two of them are up on the block together. That is an opinion that Christmas is quickly turning around on. Christmas also feels like she wants to keep Kaser around for a little while, a couple weeks at least, because she feels like she's developing a good relationship with him and can work on him. And so that's another reason why she's so dead set on Day and Bay, is that she's trying to get the target off of Kaser.
Yeah, she wants to work with Kaser. Didn't her and Memphis talk about it as well?
Memphis agrees.
The two of them both kind of want to bring Kaser in, so that could be a three-person alliance that really starts to go somewhere. And I would be okay with that alliance. Maybe not, because I don't know if I like that issues. But it would be fun, because Kaser is in the alliance. But yeah, Christmas is playing a good game. She tells people a little bit of information. She kind of keeps her cards close. And I think it's really going to benefit her in this game. I was saying earlier, I think of the girls, I think she's playing one of the best games right now.
Yeah, and honestly, it makes a lot of sense for her to do this.
I just
a
read
lot of
the
people
hold.
want Kaser gone, but she's doing something that kind of works for her game. And even though Nicole is kind of the one pushing Bailey over Devon, taking out Bailey might actually be the better move. Bailey has a lot more connections. She's a much better player from what we've seen. And so if Bailey left and Devon stayed, that might actually work out for her. Bailey's also a lot more capable, I think, of retaliating against Christmas. She can continue to get in with Nicole. She's not going to lose Tyler. And she helps cripple the Slick Six Alliance, which is probably the biggest threat to her immediate game. And it makes a lot of sense in a lot of different ways.
She's sitting pretty with her 16-star baby.
Yeah.
Maybe she's like secretly talking strategy with
that was close.
Maybe they're like throwing out ideas of what she should do. Maybe they talk.
Cody talks with Enzo and fills him in on all the David stuff. He talks also about how he feels like Danny, maybe she made up that whole Days flipping on David stuff to begin with anyway, because Danny's the one that told him in the first place, and she's getting no heat for this. maybe she lied about that. Like, Danny has been sketchy in the past. She's like, she goes around, she just plants seeds, and she just makes stuff up about people.
Far back,
Sometimes,
I
like, I tweeted this out that in the episode, we got this Danny Mastermind edit where we saw a montage of her going around and, like, planting seeds against people, and it was literally like they watched that montage because they were like, she just goes around and plants seeds, and she thinks she's getting away with it, but, like, she told you this, right? And she told you this, right? And it's like, oh boy.
Danny's getting busted.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying every second of it.
I mean, Cody has always been a little bit skeptical of Danny. From the very, very beginning, before they were even in an alliance, he was talking about like she was a potential target for him in the first week. And then she approached him and she got into the alliance, and she got in good, but he's always been a little bit skeptical. She's done things like tell him information but not say where the source was from, and he doesn't like that. She likes to plant seeds. She likes to, like, I talked about this the other day when she was like, what's your eviction order? And he was like, oh, wow, what do you mean eviction order? And then she kept going and going and going until finally she was like, Tyler, how do you feel about Tyler? When should we evict Tyler? And he, like, doesn't like to contribute to those conversations. And so I think that he is feeling very she's screwing me up. And so from now on, they say, anytime we get any information from Danny, we're fact-checking, or we're just making sure to take a note of the fact that this info came from Danny, approach it with caution.
And honestly, Tyler was the one that saw right through Danny first. He was one of the first ones. He's like, no, she's not playing me. I know she's a master manipulator. And it's like, hey, she's a vegan, so she's like into the gardening thing, so that's why she likes to plant seeds so much. That's like how she does it. She just likes to work people on the end. She kind of is
Badass
like
lady,
a
that's what they're
but
calling
like a
it.
sloppy version of it.
Well, see, I feel like she's, and Andy talked about this, that he was told that she really studied his game, and she took a lot of cues from him, which I see a lot. Like, I really do feel like she's playing an Andy game, a rat floater game. The problem is, she's not as skilled as Andy was. I talked about this on the floater. I did a floater podcast in the off season.
Yeah.
It's a very, very difficult game to pull off, and I don't think that she is skilled enough to pull it off.
Yeah, she's really good friends with Andy, right? Because he's been posting a lot of tweets about their friendship. And by the way, Andy deserves a lot more credit than he did. He's a great winner. Andy played an amazing game. Unfortunately, it was in a season that was overshadowed for reasons that have nothing to do with him, and I feel that's unfair to him. So Andy, if you're watching this, I give you a lot of credit. You're awesome. But I think that Danny also, I think he gave her advice. She must have sat down on a Zoom call with him, and he must have given her, this is what you do, but she maybe took half the notes. Maybe she's like, maybe I'm gonna make it my own or something, like make the script my own, and then just her own to work it.
Yeah, I mean, so, like, Cody says that when he asked Danny, like, you came and told me that Dave came up to you to split the votes, right? And she was like, what? No, I didn't say that exactly. And he was like, what do you mean you did? And then when Tyler comes in to talk to them, he's like, so where did you hear this information? Tyler's like, Danny. And she told you, right? He's like, yeah, I just checked with her. She said, yes, that's what I said. Oh my god, like this, like, what is she doing? And then they would talk to, Enzo keeps talking about, like, Enzo really fixates on, like, little things, like, with the have-nots. He's like, yeah, she told me to pick Davon for the have-not, but like, I already said I was gonna do that. Honestly, I don't even really fully follow what Enzo's complaint is.
You know what, Enzo's complaint yesterday, this is my impression of Enzo yesterday. Like, okay, you know, back to it, Danny, you can't trust him. Chicken palm!
Yes.
Like, he really wanted to do it. So I think he was angry when he was having these conversations yesterday, like super wanting that chicken parmesan, like, really bad. I'm on keto, I can't eat it, so like, I'm not even wanting it that bad.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they're talking about Danny, And Enzo brings up the have-not situation.
Yeah.
He's so upset about that. And then he's like, oh yeah. And she says, you gotta watch out for those people.
Look at those amazing
They
textures.
walk into rooms all the time. They're all in every room. And Cody's like, that's Danny. That's her. She does that. And so they're very on to this Danny thing. And Enzo says like, yeah. She's gotta go, bro. She's gotta go. It's and not
So we'll
later.
end next time.
It's next 2 or 3 weeks. I'll back to work. Done.
Let's see him actually do that. I'm just saying that is Enzo is all the talk and no action. That's how Enzo. I mean,
Tutorial.
But Enzo doesn't really make
One, two so far.
I mean, but like I just don't see him putting an HOH after him. Nor do I see Cody doing that. I think Cody and Danny have like this platonic crush on each other. So they're both whatever.
I keep seeing people say that, but I don't think Cody likes Danny all that much. I think Cody is he's very good at faking it.
You know what? When push comes to shove, let's see what happens. Because I don't know where it's going to go. I know he trusted Danny. He definitely has, but I still think he has a soft spot there.
I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like he kind of feels like she's good for his game and that he can trust her in the game, but he doesn't like her very much and is inclined to not trust her very much, like on the sort of personal level. Oh no, he won't, and we'll talk about that right here. Tyler, maybe just in a sec. So Cody and Enzo still in the have-not room. They reaffirm their final two. It's them two. Enzo also likes Bailey a lot. He feels like I want. Let's bring her far. He likes Tyler a lot. He says like he's the kind of guy he'll split us up, but we can take him to the fore. And he also likes Christmas a lot. Feels like Christmas is very valuable. It really feels like Enzo's ideal, like 4 to 5, final group would be himself, Cody, Tyler, Bailey, and perhaps Christmas as well.
I would really like that.
Which is actually a really bad spot for him,
I
right?
think it's a group to root for, so I would love that to happen. Will it happen? It's a different story, but let's cross our fingers and hope Enzo can actually bring something together. I would be down.
So Tyler comes in, they talk more about Danny, so in the have-not room, the door to the have-not room is like a little vent, like doggy door thing, as people, it was locked, and Julie was kidding, but we talked about this before. The production comes in and out of that hallway all the time, and so they need to lock that door sometimes. And there's also just a lot of noises, and also, and they talk about this. Cody's like, dude, last season, Mickey, he was in that hallway and he overheard a conversation, and screwed them all over. So they're super paranoid, talking at all in this have-not room, that somebody might be in the hallway. And so Tyler, who's very paranoid about people overhearing his conversations, when he's in the HOH room, he checks the bathroom every time. Doesn't want to get Kevin Martined, and we know that Tyler has his own experience with eavesdropping, as he was hiding behind the bed in Sam's HOH one time, and then famously poked his head up, and that was very fun. But Tyler's very paranoid about people overhearing things, and so he's constantly checking the door to make sure that there's nobody in the hallway. And anytime they hear any noise, Enzo's go-to conversation changer is something about that chicken parm.
Chicken parm, let's go!
Chicken
Come on,
parm.
bro, let's get that chicken parm on! I'm gonna go downstairs and make me that chicken parm for me! That's all I want! Oh, they're gone? Okay, let's back to back to Danny. Yo, we gotta do it. Wait, what's that? Chicken parm, man, it's gonna be so good!
Yeah. Because it's the have-nots get to eat at midnight, and so they're talking about the food that they're gonna make. So throughout all of
Alright, so let's go to a save point and then we'll end. I'll do another episode. I just wanna. Oh fuck off! Let me save. I feel like it's better if we leave off an episode at a save point, just in case the game crashes or something like that.
You know what I'm gonna back to?
I don't care.
Parmesan, and I'm bringing in chicken pot. That's what I want.
Yeah. So then Tyler and Cody talk, and basically they're like, look, we have these two main alliances, the Committee and the Slick Six. We're gonna be loyal to all of our people. If we ever win an HOH, we're not ever gonna be the ones.
Yeah, I like rush the most.
You and HOH are focusing on the people on the outside. We're gonna, Kaser, David, whoever. Those are the people we focus on. And then, if the people in our alliance, if true alliances target each other, fine. But they're not gonna be the ones to do it. They're not going to do any dirty work. So that is their game plan. Tyler is not going to be nominating anybody from either group. Cody's not going to be nominating anybody from either group. But if Enzo wants to back Danny, or if Christmas wants to go after Devon and Bailey, hands off, they'll let it happen as long as they can keep their hands clean.
Exactly. That group will right now behind us, they let kind of the two. They kind of want to let the girls take each other out right now. That's what they want to do. And just sit back, let it happen, let the female massacre happen, and then just stand.
You got that chicken palm, yo? Hey, I'm gonna make that chicken palm.
What's that chicken bomb? Wait, okay, they're gone. We're good. Wait,
Okay.
go look. No. Hold on. Okay, coast is clear. That was I'm not gonna lie, that was the best part of yesterday. That was like my moment. Enzo actually is entertaining me a lot. I do love him. I really hope he makes it far because he's like 24-hour Jersey Shore entertainment.
Oh my god.
And the thing about Enzo, he's not
Now can I
very
save?
involved in the minutia of the gameplay. He really relies on other people to run the game. And he really, we talked about this in the preseason. He is the hype man. In any group conversation, he's always like, "This is the group, yo. We're so set. That's it, yo. We got this. We're so
Alright,
locked
that's
in.
here.
They
Thanks
don't
for
even
watching.
know. They don't even have a chance."